Hi, in today's remote working tip, I want to talk to you about something I call a communication tube. Yes, I was the one that hoarded all the toilet paper. So this is what I think of as a communication tube. It's a method where two members of a team can communicate with each other. So we've got Obi-Wan Kenobi and Luke Skywalker communicating one-to-one with each other. And they're using the communication tube. Communication tube can be things like emails, WhatsApp messages from one person to another, text messages. The point is that that message is going from here to here through this tube, and only these two people have access to that. Well, that's not too bad if you're all gathered together in the office. You could have a meeting to discuss what was talked about in this communication tube, or you can shout over the cubicles and talk about what's going on in your one-to-one communication. But when we're remote from each other, that communication tube is locked down, and the work, the tasks assigned, any information everybody needs is all locked in this tube between two people. So if we're adding another team member, C3PO for example, we need to bring in another tube to CC him into the conversation. So he's got no context what's been talked about here, only what's fed up in his communication tube. Now imagine he has to speak to an external supplier. The Tusken Raider over there, things get even more complicated. So he doesn't know what's been said here. He doesn't even know that the Tusken Raider is dialed in over here. So what we need to do is get rid of these tubes and have a centralized system. Now everybody is in and everyone can see all discussion and communication about the tasks or the project in hand that needs to be done as a remote worker. So you can even dial in a contractor and he could have a subsection of this centralized system with only a subsection available to him. He might not need to know everything that goes on here, but you can give him a limited access. There are loads of tools out there to get rid of your email and do this with. So there's things like Basecamp, Trello, Monday, Asana. The list goes on and on. My preferred tool is Basecamp. So let's jump over there and I'll give you a demo of what can be done to bring a galaxy far, far away into step.
So I've logged into Basecamp and this is one of my projects. I'm calling it Galaxy Far, Far Away. You can have a single project for all of your organization, or you can break it down into sub-projects. So perhaps if you have a project for your sales team, projects for your service delivery, that kind of thing. And then you can create a division between teams if they don't need to know information about sales, for example. Only the sales people have it. If they don't need to know how the production type stuff, only the production people have it. And of course you can invite people from different departments into your projects. So once you're in a project, you bring everything together in one nice little neat place. So in this project I've got message boards, so that would be documents that people can discuss on. So it might be a project plan, or it might be a proposal or something like that. Think of that like as a central memo area. So I could, so perhaps one of the items is build a lightsaber, post this message, and then other people in the team can come in and add to that discussion. Everybody's notified who's on this particular project when an update is made. So everyone's kept in the same place. So you can see this information about building a lightsaber is centralized. Everyone who's on this project can see that. And none of that information is stored in our communication tube. We can create to-do lists for this project. I was writing a to-do list for the current coronavirus issues. So we need to wash our hands, we need to remain socially distanced, we need to stay at home. So what I've done with the wash our hand to do is I've assigned it to a team member, so it's assigned to me, and we've got a date on that. So we can create actionable items that need to be done within our remote team, assign them to a person, and give them a date and time when it needs to be done by. And then we've got things like mark this as done once it's completed, and we can see a real progress of what needs to be done, how it's been done, and who's done it. No more messing about in inboxes, no more chasing people up to know what they need to be done. It's all listed in a simple way like that. We can have docs and files. So instead of, again, stuff stuck in somebody's inbox, a document that they wrote and saved in Google Docs, no, it's all central. Everyone can see it. The plans for the Death Star are saved in our documents and files section. If we need to ping somebody and get an immediate update on the project status, we can jump over to the campfire, which is a live chat. So you can add somebody into it. There's only me on this board at the minute, so I would speak to myself. Give me an update, and that then pings them on their Basecamp or on the mobile app, and it notifies them that we need an immediate reply for an update, something like that. We've got our schedule, which is generated from, we can put dates on anything really. So we can see that we've got something that needs to be done on the 16th. It's assigned to Neil, and it's to wash his hands. So we'll get a complete overview of what people are doing and when they're doing it from the schedule section. And last but not least, a really powerful tool at Basecamp is something called an automatic check-in. If somebody is not close to you, if they're working remotely, you can't see what they're doing, so you're not sure that what they're working on. So perhaps you could set up an automatic check-in start of day that says something like, what do you plan to work on today? And then me, as the remote worker, can see it. Well, I'm planning to build a lightsaber. I'm going to do this to do, that to do, and then send that back. That's saved in the automatic check-ins, and the manager can have a look, see what people are working on, and adjust the schedule, adjust the to-do lists accordingly. You could do an end of day check-in as well. What have you done today? What have you completed? What have you succeeded on? And that will be updated. And of course we'll have a project activity. You can see exactly what people have done and when they did it throughout the day. So there's not that gap in your understanding of what needs to be done, when it's been done, who's actually working on it. It's all saved centrally. So that's a quick tour of Basecamp. I did mention in the other video about the Tusken Raider being dialed in. You can also add another person to the project, but add them as a contractor or as a client, and then they have limited access to what they can see, and they only see stuff that's dialed in as a customer. So if you're in your team discussing stuff that you don't want your clients to know about, you can keep that secret and internal and just communicate stuff with these third parties that they need. Basecamp has a free 3 projects. It's not easy to say. A free version, so you could just sign up and do some testing of this if you wanted to. The full version is $99, and that's all in. You get as many users, as many projects, as many customers as you want for that fixed price. So this is what I use for my projects, and it works really, really well. Get your communication out of those communication tubes and into a centralized store like Basecamp. If you've got any questions about this or any other remote working questions, please let me know.